Humanity was living in a golden age of technology and peace. Cities sparkled with advanced infrastructure, and people enjoyed the benefits of scientific advancements. Everything seemed perfect until that fateful day when the sky turned dark and the world witnessed the arrival of an alien fleet in Earth's orbit. The aliens, known as the Zorathians, broadcast a message to every device on Earth, demanding the planet's immediate surrender. Their leader, a towering figure with piercing eyes, spoke in a cold, calculated tone. "Humans, your time is over. Surrender or face annihilation." The United Nations convened an emergency session. The world's leaders were in shock, but surrender was not an option. They decided to refuse the Zorathians' demands, believing in humanity's resilience and spirit. Hours later, the first wave of attacks began. Major cities around the world were hit by powerful energy blasts. New York, Tokyo, Paris, and Sydney were among the first to suffer. The devastation was immense, and panic spread like wildfire. Amidst the chaos, a small group of scientists and military leaders gathered in a secret underground bunker. Dr. Emily Carter, a brilliant scientist, looked around the room at the grim faces of the top brass. "We need to find a way to fight back," she said, determination in her voice. General Marcus Steele, a veteran of many wars, nodded. "Agreed, we can't let them destroy everything we've built." Over the next few days, as the Zorathians tightened their grip on Earth, the resistance began to take shape. Dr. Carter and her team worked around the clock to find a weakness in the alien technology. They discovered that the Zorathian ships were vulnerable to a specific frequency of sound. It was a small breakthrough, but it gave them hope. Captain Jake Hunter, a decorated war hero with a reputation for daring missions, was chosen to lead the first counterattack. "We've got one shot at this," he said, addressing his team. "We need to hit them hard and fast." As the team prepared for their mission, the sense of urgency was palpable. The world was watching, and the pressure was immense. But amidst the fear and uncertainty, a spark of hope began to flicker. Dr. Carter approached Captain Hunter before they left. "Good luck, Captain. We're all counting on you." He smiled, a confident glint in his eyes. "We'll get it done, Doc. For Earth." With their hearts set on victory, the team boarded their ship and set off on their dangerous mission. The fate of humanity rested on their shoulders, and they were ready to fight with everything they had. As the ship ascended into the dark, star-filled sky, the world held its breath. The battle for Earth had just begun. The Zorathians had fortified their position, their ships hovering menacingly above Earth. People across the globe were living in fear, hiding in makeshift shelters and trying to survive amidst the chaos. Yet the flicker of hope ignited by Dr. Carter's discovery and Captain Hunter's mission burned brightly within the resistance. Captain Hunter's team returned successfully, having inflicted noticeable damage on one of the smaller Zorathian ships using the frequency-based weapon. It wasn't a decisive victory, but it was a crucial first step. They now had proof that the aliens could be hurt. In the resistance bunker, the mood was cautiously optimistic. Dr. Carter and her team worked tirelessly to refine the weapon and find ways to deploy it more effectively. They faced countless challenges, from limited resources to the constant threat of Zorathian surveillance. Captain Hunter gathered his team, which had grown to include engineers, scientists, and soldiers from around the world. They represented the best humanity had to offer, a diverse group united by a common goal. Among them was Lieutenant Sarah Kim, a brilliant tactician with a knack for unconventional strategies, and Dr. Ravi Patel, a physicist whose insights had already proven invaluable. "We need to hit them harder and faster," Lieutenant Kim said during a strategy session. "The more damage we do, the more time we'll buy for Dr. Carter's team to develop stronger weapons." General Steele, now the de facto leader of the global resistance, nodded in agreement. "We also need to build alliances," he added. "There are pockets of resistance all over the world. If we unite, we stand a better chance." Captain Hunter took charge of reaching out to these groups, using secure communication channels to coordinate efforts. They shared resources, exchanged intel, and began to form a unified front against the Zorathians. As they planned their next move, an unexpected development occurred. A young hacker named Alex managed to intercept a Zorathian transmission. He decrypted it, revealing critical information about the aliens' command structure and ship configurations. "This could be a game changer," Alex said, excitement in his voice. "We now know their weak points." Dr. Carter used this information to enhance their weapon, making it more effective against the alien ships. The Resistance was ready for a larger-scale assault. Captain Hunter addressed the assembled forces. "This is our chance to turn the tide. We hit their command ship, and we hit it hard. With the new weapon and the intel we have, we can do some real damage." The operation was set into motion. Multiple resistance groups coordinated their attacks, launching simultaneous strikes on Zorathian positions worldwide. The night sky lit up with the fire of battle as human pilots engaged in dogfights with alien craft. Captain Hunter led the charge towards the main Zorathian command ship. The Resistance fighters fought bravely, outnumbered but determined. The new weapon proved effective, disabling several alien ships and creating an opening for Hunter's team to board the command ship. Inside, they faced fierce resistance. The corridors were narrow and filled with Zorathian soldiers. Dr. Patel used a portable version of the sound weapon to clear the path, while Lieutenant Kim directed their advance with precision. They reached the core of the ship, a massive chamber pulsating with energy. Captain Hunter placed the device Dr. Carter had designed, set to release a devastating frequency pulse. The team fought off waves of Zorathian soldiers as the device powered up. Finally, the pulse was released. The ship shuddered, its systems failing. The Zorathians were caught off guard, and the ship began to lose altitude. Captain Hunter signaled for extraction, and the team was evacuated just before the ship crashed into the ocean below. The Resistance had won a significant victory. The Zorathian command ship was destroyed, and the remaining alien forces were in disarray. The news spread quickly, boosting morale and sparking hope worldwide. Back at the bunker, Dr. Carter hugged Captain Hunter. "We did it," she said, tears of relief in her eyes. He smiled, exhaustion and triumph mingling on his face. "This is just the beginning. We need to keep pushing until they're gone for good." The battle was far from over, but humanity had struck a powerful blow against their invaders. The Resistance was stronger, more united, and ready to fight for their planet's future. With the destruction of the Zorathian command ship, humanity's hope had reignited. The Resistance, now a global network of determined fighters, began to rally more forces and resources. The alien invaders, though still powerful, were reeling from their losses and struggling to maintain their grip on Earth. In the underground bunker, the Resistance leaders were in constant communication, strategizing their next moves. General Steele stood at the center of the room, a holographic map of the Earth and the Zorathian fleet hovering before him. "We need to press our advantage," he said firmly. "Their fleet is disorganized. This is our chance to launch a full-scale counterattack." Dr. Emily Carter, always at his side, nodded in agreement. "We've managed to produce more of the frequency-based weapons. We can equip our ships and ground units. It's time to take the fight to them." Captain Jake Hunter, standing nearby, prepared his team for what was to come. "We're going to hit them where it hurts the most," he told his squad. Lieutenant Sarah Kim and Dr. Ravi Patel were busy ensuring the new weapons were ready, while Alex, the young hacker, worked on maintaining secure communications. As they geared up for the offensive, news came in from various resistance cells across the globe. Coordinated strikes were planned to disrupt Zorathian operations and support the main assault. The human spirit was indomitable, and people from all walks of life were contributing to the effort. The day of the assault arrived. Human ships, retrofitted with the new technology, launched into the sky. The air was thick with tension as they approached the main Zorathian fleet. Captain Hunter led the vanguard, his ship streaking through the atmosphere, followed by a squadron of fighters. The battle began with a massive exchange of fire. The Zorathians, though caught off guard by the renewed human offensive, fought back fiercely. The skies above Earth were filled with the sounds of explosions and the sight of energy beams cutting through the darkness. Captain Hunter's squadron targeted the largest of the remaining Zorathian ships. Using the frequency weapons, they managed to disable its shields and systems. "Focus fire on the engines," Hunter commanded, and his team responded with precision. On the ground, resistance fighters engaged Zorathian forces, using the modified weapons to great effect. Lieutenant Kim directed ground operations, her strategic mind anticipating the enemy's moves and countering them efficiently. Dr. Patel provided support with mobile frequency devices, turning the tide in several key battles. In the midst of the aerial combat, Alex intercepted another critical Zorathian transmission. "They're planning a last-ditch effort to destroy our central command," he reported. "We need to take out their flagship, now." General Steele coordinated with Captain Hunter. "Hunter, you need to board that flagship and take it down. We're counting on you." Hunter acknowledged the order and directed his team towards the massive alien ship. They fought their way through the defenses, using their superior maneuverability and new technology to carve a path. As they approached, Hunter's ship took a hit, but he pressed on, determined to complete the mission. Boarding the flagship, Hunter's team encountered heavy resistance. The corridors were narrow, filled with Zorathian soldiers who fought desperately. Dr. Patel's portable frequency devices helped clear the way, while Lieutenant Kim's tactical acumen guided them through the ship's labyrinthine structure. They reached the command center where the Zorathian leader awaited them. A fierce battle ensued, with Hunter and his team pushing their limits. Finally, they managed to plant the device that would cripple the ship's systems. "Get ready to move!" Hunter shouted as the device activated. The ship trembled, its power waning. The team fought their way back to their extraction point, barely escaping as the flagship began to disintegrate. Outside, the remaining Zorathian ships, now leaderless and disoriented, started to retreat. The human forces pressed their advantage, driving the invaders out of Earth's orbit. The battle was won, and humanity had defended its home. Back on the ground, cheers erupted as the news spread. The resistance had achieved a monumental victory. Dr. Carter embraced Captain Hunter as he returned. "You did it," she said, pride and relief in her voice. "We all did," Hunter replied, "but we need to stay vigilant. This might not be the end." The world celebrated, but the leaders of the resistance knew that their fight for survival and freedom would continue. For now, however, they had proven that humanity could stand against even the most formidable foes, united and unyielding. With the Zorathian flagship destroyed and their fleet in retreat, humanity had earned a moment of respite. However, the leaders of the resistance knew that their victory was far from complete. They needed to ensure the aliens couldn't regroup and return even stronger. In the underground bunker, General Steele, Dr. Carter, and Captain Hunter convened a crucial meeting. The holographic map showed the remnants of the Zorathian fleet, scattered and weakened but still a threat. "We can't let them escape and bring reinforcements," General Steele began. "We need to hunt down every last ship." Captain Hunter, bruised but resolute, nodded. "Agreed. We need to strike while they're vulnerable." Dr. Carter added, "We've managed to decode more of their communication channels. We can track their movements and plan our next strikes." Lieutenant Sarah Kim, who had proven herself invaluable in the ground operations, suggested, "We should split our forces. Some can go after the retreating ships while others work on fortifying our defenses in case they try a counterattack." General Steele approved the plan. "Let's mobilize immediately. This is our chance to end this invasion once and for all." As the orders were given, resistance fighters worldwide prepared for the final phase of their battle. Human ships, now equipped with the improved frequency weapons, launched once more into the sky. Their mission, to chase down the fleeing Zorathians and eliminate any remaining threat. Captain Hunter led one of the main assault groups, his squadron targeting a cluster of alien ships trying to regroup near the moon. The space battle was intense, but with the advantage of their new technology, the humans gradually gained the upper hand. In one fierce engagement, Hunter's ship engaged a Zorathian cruiser. Dodging enemy fire, he managed to position his craft for a critical strike. "Now!" he commanded, and his team unleashed a barrage that tore through the cruiser's hull, sending it spiraling into the void. On Earth, Lieutenant Kim coordinated efforts to strengthen planetary defenses. Makeshift shelters were converted into fortified bunkers, and anti-aircraft weapons were readied to repel any surprise attacks. Civilians, inspired by the Resistance's successes, volunteered in droves to help with the defense efforts. Dr. Carter and Alex worked tirelessly in the bunker, decoding Zorathian messages and directing the Resistance forces. "We've intercepted a signal from their command. It seems like a last-ditch effort to regroup at a hidden base on Mars," Alex reported. General Steele made the call. "Hunter, redirect your team to Mars. We need to crush their command structure once and for all." Hunter's squadron, along with several other resistance groups, set course for Mars. The journey was tense, with everyone aware that this could be the decisive moment. Upon arrival, they found the hidden base heavily fortified, but not impregnable. Using their frequency weapons, they launched a coordinated assault. The base's defenses crumbled under the relentless human attack. Hunter's team breached the main compound, facing fierce resistance from the Zorathians inside. In a daring move, Hunter led a charge through the base, his team following closely. They fought room to room, the alien soldiers putting up a desperate fight. Lieutenant Kim's strategies and Dr. Patel's portable devices once again proved crucial, allowing the team to press forward. Finally, they reached the central command chamber. The Zorathian leader, wounded but defiant, made a final stand. The battle was fierce, but the humans, driven by the determination to protect their home, prevailed. Hunter himself delivered the final blow, ending the Zorathian command. With the base destroyed and their command in disarray, the remaining Zorathian ships scattered, fleeing the solar system. The invasion was over. Back on Earth, the news of the final victory spread like wildfire. Celebrations erupted worldwide, people rejoicing in the hard-earned peace. In the bunker, Dr. Carter hugged Captain Hunter, tears of relief streaming down her face. "We did it, Jake. We really did it." Hunter smiled, exhaustion and triumph clear in his eyes. "We did, Emily, but we need to stay vigilant. We can't let our guard down." General Steele addressed the resistance forces. "Today we celebrate our victory. Tomorrow we start rebuilding. We've proven that humanity can stand against any threat. Let's ensure we never have to face this again." As the world began to heal, the leaders of the resistance continued to work, knowing that the price of freedom was eternal vigilance. But for now, they allowed themselves to savor the moment, united by their triumph and the hope of a brighter future.